driving today is the Peugeot 3008 Hybrid 4, so called because it has potential four-wheel drive, and if you look at the diagram in front of you, you can see that to the front you've got a 2-litre 163 brake horsepower diesel engine that can drive the front wheels, and to the rear you've got an electric motor, potential of 37 brake horsepower that can drive the back wheels simultaneously with the front or independently. In the middle you've got a nickel metal hydride battery that's mounted just forward of the rear axle. Now at the moment, if you look at the diagram, you can see that we're actually running off electric power via the rear axle, zero emissions. Now the car's constantly changing, as in it's constantly deciding whether to go for diesel or electric or simultaneous, so it's always interchanging. It never settles on one for a prolonged period of time, unless you're driving very slow, in which case it would be like we are now with the zero emissions. Alternatively, motorway runs, you'd have the diesel engine running consistently. Now this car is very different to other hybrids, for example the Toyota Prius or Vauxhall Ampera, because they have battery ranges of 50 miles. This 3008 Hybrid 4 is different. It's got a range from the nickel metal hydride battery of 1.2 miles or 2 kilometers. Of course that limits the distance you can travel on zero emissions as we are now, and quite soon we'll actually go on to the diesel engine like we are. There you go, just cut in. So of course if you're driving low speed, this may be the car for you, but it's got a very specific niche, and I think Peugeot have actually spoilt it by loading it with so many electronic gizmos that are inefficient. For example, the door mirrors that have got motors in them because they swivel in. The air conditioning is not in sync with the rest of the car, the market. But the downside is this battery, it just has not got the range. And don't forget, this is £29,000, that's about £10,000 more than the base diesel. And by the way, the diesel on this car is 163 brake horsepower diesel as opposed to 112 brake horsepower on the base version. And that begs the question, why would Peugeot put a more powerful diesel engine on a car that's meant to be fuel efficient, on a hybrid at that? Bizarre. Foot on brake in neutral, turn the key again, hybrid system active, and we go to automatic, and then the electromagnetic handbrake will wear off when I put my foot on the accelerator pedal. Just really summing up now what I found out about the 3008 hybrid. Just worked out my MPGs, as I love to do. Not quite on the reserve tank of fuel, the warning light hasn't come on. I've calculated that I've covered 484 miles, and that's over 50 litres. The whole tank of the car is 56, until the reserve light it's 50.5, and that amounts to just under 50 miles per gallon. I mean, the trip computer is actually saying on average 52.2, and that's no great exclamation for a hybrid at all. I mean, there's no great gain on the MPGs. It does not make it a viable option with a £10,000 increase in price compared to a base diesel. And most hybrids now, you're talking around £28,995. That's minus the £5,000 government discounts. I could certainly state that a Vauxhall Ampera will give you better economy and has a more suitable lithium-ion battery. this vehicle may be a statement of what Peugeot can do, but it does need refinement on the open market. Do away with all the electronic gizmos, strip it out, lighten the weight, replace the battery with a more suitable lithium-ion battery that has a better range, and then put it on the market at a cheaper price. Then might have a better option. Release the electromagnetic handbrake, and away we go.